Well, hi, Kate. How are you? I'm good. I'm hanging in there. I was sitting up here working tonight and decided I would pop on here and see if anybody was around. It's like seems like it's been forever. Probably has been forever. You still getting ready for your show? Oh, were you sick? I'm so out of the loop. I oh, in the upper storm. I love how you're kind of like me. You bounce between different crafts. Um, I haven't been crocheting for a while. I had been on a well, I'm still am, but I'm waiting for supplies to come in. I've been on a quilting kick, so I've been like spending a lot of time with me and my sewing machine. But the sewing machine I have is trying to die on me, so I'm waiting for flood insurance money to come in because my other sewing machine I lost it in the flood, so it was old too, but it still worked. But now that one's out of commission completely, and the one that I'm working with now is trying to be out of commission. So I'm going to buy a new one. It's the same old heart problems. Sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, it's kind of rough. And I mean, I can quilt by hand, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. So what else has been going on? What's going on? I'm like so behind in the news and YouTube streets. Fill me in. It's just been like one thing after another around here. That you're doing some beating. See, that's what I'm saying. You jump. You're like me. You kind of jump around from craft to craft. I'm crocheting tonight. I'm doing like these little crochet granny squares, and I think they're going to be either a purse or a coin purse or something. Um, but yeah, this is the first crochet I've done in quite a while. I've either been quilting or quilling, which basically is when you like roll paper and make shapes and designs out of it. So yeah, I get bored easily too. I jump between crafts because it keeps my brain going. So do you bead by hand or do you bead with a loom? Aren't they cute? I love them. Little things. There's these little squares. I'd pick up the camera and show you. Oh, I might be able to. Let me see. Uh, I guess I could just turn this. I'm gonna turn the screen real quick. Okay. Little squares. Lots and lots of little squares. Okay, fine. Didn't like that I turned it horizontal. Aren't they cute? I love them. And they're really fun to make, and they work up really quickly. So, um, oh, so you like the quill too? You've never done it. It's fun. I'm really new to it, as in probably I've been doing it for like a month. But like I kind of enjoy it. Let me see. One of the things one of my favorite things that I've made quilling. A couple of things I've made. Like I don't even know what this is, but I just glued them all together and thought it looked neat. And then I made this, which was fun. What am I gonna do with the granny squares? Probably a purse or like a little purse or a coin purse. I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna do with them. I'm sure I'll find something. Probably, but normally my go-to is a bag or a wallet or a coin purse. That seems to be my default project. So so I'm gonna finish this current square that I'm working on, and then I'm gonna see how many I have and how I can put them together, and see if I like what I have. If I need to make more, you know, no real plan, just like winging it basically. Uh, it's pretty much how I live my life at this point. I'm just winging it. Plans don't work for me. I'm better off winging it and adapting myself to the situation as I need to. And I ask you how you bead it because I bead by hand sometimes, but I also have a loom, and I love beading on a loom. It was one of the very first crafts I learned actually. The first one I learned was latch hook, and then my mom tried to teach me to crochet, which I kind of took to, but I kind of didn't. Then I got into embroidery, which I still do, but not to the extent that I used to. And then I discovered loom beading, and fell in love with that and did that for a very long time. Made belts and guitar straps and bracelets, earrings, all kinds of stuff with it. So seed beads and I are really good friends, or at least we used to be. I haven't beaded in a very long time. It's one of those things that every once in a while, I'll look at my loom and go, I need to really pick this up and make sure I still have the skills to do it. So I'll do it for a little while. Go, okay, I still remember how to do it, and then I go back to doing something else. Because like you, I get bored. I love doing all kinds of crafts, but I don't want to do any particular craft for any, like long period of time. You've been knitting so much lately for the Great Tennessee Yarn Tour and then the Guild Fiber Fair. Now tell me, which do you prefer? Do you prefer knitting or crocheting? I can't remember what you said. I know we've talked about this before. One of these days, I'm going to be proficient at knitting. I think that's about as far as I'm going to get. You've been doing brick stitch fringe earrings. I know exactly what you're talking about. Those are pretty. Have you posted them on? Did you post those on Facebook? Was those the last ones you posted? I thought I saw you post some earrings. Excuse me. Knitting for you because your left side is weak and arthritic. So you're a left-handed crocheter? I might just finding out that you're a fellow Southpaw crocheter. Yeah, we're a rare breed out here right now, I think. There aren't a whole lot of us out here that I'm encountering. But that would make sense why knitting, you would prefer knitting, because, yeah, there are days when my wrist is like, you sure you want to pick up that hook? I mean, are you sure you want to pick up that hook? It makes me really want to rethink picking up a crochet hook, which is another reason why I do so many other crafts. If one is painful, I can move on to another one and still feel like I'm doing something productive. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so the yes was for the earrings. Gotcha, okay. Alrighty. Let's see how many of these we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19? Really? So I gotta make one more either way. That's funny. Beading is mostly right-handed. Yeah. So do you use the really long, thin needles? It took me forever to get the hang of the really long, thin needle for beading. Well, on the loom anyway. But it's definitely easier to use a longer needle since you can get more beads on it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 19. So I'll make it one more or something. You use both? Yeah, okay, makes sense. I just know that depending on how many beads I've got on my loom, the longer one definitely makes it easier to place them and get the needle out without them flying everywhere. If I was doing it by hand, I guess really wouldn't matter that much. Okay, so what color? How do I have 19? I've been doing these by pairs. I must be missing one somewhere. Because that's a pair. This is a pair. Trying to drop one. This is a pair. Not really a pair. Hi, Ivy. How are you? I'm just on here, just hanging out for a little bit. Because I haven't been on here for a while and I missed you guys. So I figured I'd pop up and see who was around. That's a pair. This is a pair. Right now I'm sorting through my little mini, what is called granny squares. Trying to figure out how I have 19 when I crochet in pairs most of the time. And so the last time I stopped, I should have I normally stop on a pair. Yeah, I'm missing a couple. These are not pairs. I've got 3 left, and they're all singles. Yeah, not a pair. And this is just a plain one. Alrighty, so I'm glad you stayed up, Kate. So now I gotta figure out which square I'm gonna make a pair. I'm made of, and which one I have the materials to make it made of. So, Ivy, what have you been working on? And have I missed anything on the YouTube streets? I am so behind on everything. I don't. I think the last time I was online for real and went to a live was um well no, I have been to VJ's live a couple of times, and then I was at Crystal's live when all that craziness went down. But that's really the only times I've been on here. I am just so like behind on everything. I don't know what anybody's doing. Anybody's made any milestones? Are there any new patterns out? What's the new trend? What's going on? Somebody tell me. Emojis and super stickers for your channel. Yeah, it seems that there's a certain group that does it and doesn't want to share that info. I did notice that. Kind of sad. Um, Honestly, I would look outside the community to find that out. I know there are channels on YouTube that teach you how to do it, so you might want to look up some of those. Because as much as I love our Yarny community, it has its issues. I'll just say that and leave it at that. Plus, I'm sure I don't need to say anything else to you. You know, you've been around. You know how it is, or how it can be. Yeah, I know you know. Uh, you won the cow for the Tion Connaughton with your protection scarf. You won some yarn. It's nice stuff. Is it hand dyed yarn? Is it some brand yarn? Tell me about the yarn. You can't just say you won some yarn and leave it at that. You need deets, girl, deets. Exactly. You can't just say, "Oh, I want some yarn." Come on. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. Give us the deets on the yarn. I want to know the color. I want to know the weight. What's it made of? Uh, I'm nibby, especially when it comes to yarn. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Did not mean to yarn in front of y'all. I'm not even tired. I don't mean why I'm yawning. I'm not bored. I'm enjoying chatting with my friends. Yeah, whatever. So we need to be in the know, you know? You got 2 skeins of Capra DK weight, 59 grams. I don't know Capra. Is it acrylic? Is it a animal fiber? Is it a plant fiber? What is it? Oh, let's see. What colors do I want to? Is this one? Do I have this color though? Yes, I do. Okay, so there's that color. Remind me while I talk to myself. I'm just trying to pick out the colors I need to make this other square. That color. And that color. Well, yay. That worked out. Very right for me. Nitpicks looks awesome. Oh, did you look it up on Nitpicks? Cool. I will go look for it. Capra DK Wave. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. What are we doing? Nitpicks. Hmm. Ooh, this looks nice. It's fine. Oh, it's merino and cashmere. Wow. Nice. These colors are gorgeous. I'm on a blue kick right now. So that astral and that, was it seal, are gorgeous. And I could still make something with those together. With some meridian heather, maybe. Oh, hollyberry. Magnolia. Oh, hollyberry and the magnolia heather are like great together. These are gorgeous colors. Gee, good grief. Yeah, those are gorgeous yarns. Congratulations, that's awesome. What are you gonna make with it? Do you know yet? And a project bag and a stitch marker. Cool. The spice color. I mean, let me look real quick. Iconic. Some of these names are great. Oh yeah, that spice is pretty. And you can pair that with the tansy heather. That'd be pretty. Oh, I love yarn. Has 85% fine merino wool and 15% cashmere. That just sounds just elegant. Seriously elegant. And for that combo, the regular price of it isn't that bad. I mean, it's going to add up quick if you want to make anything substantial. But if you're going to make like a scarf or like a hat or some fingerless gloves, that's not bad. So you sent her some of your stitch markers and she opened them on Instagram and gave out my info. Oh, very cool. Did you get any sales from it? Just curious. It's cool either way. But, shout outs are cool. Nothing like a good shout out. Okay, you can't say something like that and not expect me to go look. What am I going to find in the clearance? Oh no, I'm afraid to look. But I'm going to go look. Build your own yarn pack. Save 10% with 10 plus gains. Wonder Fluff sale. Prism needle sale. Yeah, this could get me in trouble. I just want specifically to the clearance yarn. Alpaca Blend Sport, $5 for a 100-gram ball. Oh dear. Oh dear. That could be problematic. Oh geez. It was really nice of her to do that. That's very cool. And again, like I said, shout outs are cool. Oh my god, I need someone to talk me out of buying the this upcycle alpaca in all the colors. Thea, it's the beast. How are you? I missed you. Hey, don't do it. She came in just in time to look at me and go, no. I'm blaming you. Oh my goodness. That yarn is gorgeous. That black pearl, I love. I like the current. Oh my goodness. There's so much here to like. The Hope Speckle, titanium. I'm so tempted. But hey, I really And I know this is horrible to say, but I really don't need any more yarn. At this point, it's just me buying it because I like it. And I just want to squeeze it in my hands and call it mine. But I really don't need any new yarn. I need to use the yarn I've got. I mean, what kind of person am I? I've got like probably 10 skeins of Malabrigo that I haven't used yet. I haven't even hanked them up. They're still in their hanks. I haven't even kicked them up yet. So, let's probably focus on that and ignored all the other pretty yarn that's calling me. You're only here for a few minutes, sitting in the car waiting for my daughter to finish work. Close your eyes and press buy now. See, you were helpful. Now you're an enabler. How's the family, Thea? Oh, you got your first Malabrigo hand dyed by a friend? What do you think of it? It's personally like my favorite yarn. I love it so much. Oh no, I made sure those were up. You weren't messing with my Malabrigo. I mean, I did lose some yarn, but it wasn't any of that. Most of my high end yarn was in a crate that I put up on a shelf. I did lose some yarn now, which sucked. But have you touched it and squeezed it and called it your friend? You have to at least touch it, squeeze it, and call it your friend. It's just so soft. Okay, Thea. And what weight is it? Is it DK? Is it 4 weight? What'd you get? Yeah, I see it's so soft. Sometimes I'll just take it out of its sack and just hold it and hug it because it's so soft. Then I put it back and think I have to think of the perfect project for you before I will cake you up and use you. And I'm still trying to sound that project. So it's DK. Cool. Yeah. You'll once you actually use it, you will appreciate it because crocheting with it's like crocheting a cloud. It's just so fluffy and soft, and it comes to your fingers and it glides over the hook. I absolutely love the experience of crocheting with it. Yeah. Um, One of the projects I'm planning on making with some of it is a sweater for myself. Because I really don't think it would be cost effective to use it to make things that I'm going to sell, other than like a hat, a scarf, some fingerless gloves, something like that. Something smaller that is paying that much money for a skein of yarn is going to you could price it out better. You don't usually use anything larger than a 2 weight, but you're getting brave. Look at you. See, I'm not doing anything under a DK. Well, as I sit here and micro crochet with embroidery thread, but that's kind of how I work. Um, if I'm making a project of any size, it needs to be DK or higher. Otherwise, I'm not going to see it through. I'm just not. I'm going to get bored somewhere in the middle of it, throw it to the side, and never finish it. Working with the embroidery floss and a little hook, I'm making small things. So I'm whipping those out, so I'm not as I don't have a chance to get bored with it. I guess what I'm trying to say. You did a floor length dress with number 10 weight thread. More power to you. Sounds awesome. I bet it was gorgeous, but oh no, I couldn't. The thought of it's making me just want to go cross-eyed. No, I work with DK because there's a lot of yarn that I like that's a DK, but mostly I am a four-weight or higher. Okay, well, no. Let me rephrase that. I like four weight. I like bulky. Um, and I like certain super bulkies. Past that, it just depends on what I'm making, and I'm only going to use anything bigger than that if I absolutely positively have to. It had a lot of design, so it kept you involved with it. Yeah, it would actually have to be a pretty complicated design for me to stick with something. Excuse me, with thread that small. Yeah, I kind of did something that big would probably be ridiculously heavy in a heavier yarn. So I get why people use thinner yarns, and I understand the need for it, but I just don't want to use it. Not something that big. And a 2 millimeter hook. Yeah. Yeah, I'm crocheting these squares with a 1.5. Come on, focus. Yeah, 1.5. And that's small enough. Yeah, what stitch did you use? You used fillet. Was what was the main stitch? I'm still talking and paying attention. I just want to get this last square done. So I'm paying attention. I promise. Had some fillet bobbles, puff stitches, pineapple. Why am I not shocked that the pineapple stitch was involved in this? It always seems to be involved. In number 10 thread, big projects. Is there some rule that if you're making a large project that requires number 10 thread, it's got to be the pineapple stitch? Because I seem to see that a lot. The pineapple stitch came off the waist. It sounds pretty. I've never tried the pineapple stitch. It's one of those stitches that's on my list of things to try. I don't know, maybe I'll try it with embroidery thread, see what I can come up with. Because I really do need I need to make a table runner. And I don't like, and that's one of the exceptions. I don't like table runners and stuff like that in thick thread. The thickest I would do a table runner is DK. Number that just I've worked with number 10 thread before, but oh man, I don't know. But again, like I said, I need to make a table runner, so maybe I will work up the courage to use number 10 for that, and maybe the pineapple stitch. Does the pineapple stitch make the project work up faster? Asking for a friend. I like to do filet crochet. I really do. I enjoy doing filet, and it works up quickly too. Oh, you're saying yes, it does work up quicker. Cool. That's good to know. Yeah. See, she did all the curtains in her house. That's awesome. Yeah. I can't talk. One of my goals is like learn how to do most of the crafts that if we ever have to go off grid, we'll still be able to have all the things we need because I know how to make them. The only thing I have yet to really learn because I just haven't. I mean, I've done both of them a couple of times, but I'm far from like proficient at it. I'd say candle making and soap making. Those are the two things that I really need to focus on making or learning how to make. Um, all the other crafts that you might need to live off grid, I'm pretty good at. Like I could crochet. Knitting, is one that I don't do, but I do crochet, so at least there's that. Um, I can work with wire. I can work with beads. Um, I was supposed to change colors here. Talking, but yeah, I want to know how to do all the things you need to learn how to do in the event that you have to like go live off grid. And no, I'm not a doomsday or anything. I just like to not have to be dependent on people and other entities. Sounds like a bad time. I'm not particularly a gardener. My daughter is. So, yeah, she is really good at gardening and plants in general. Like, we've got a big old garden going in this year. Like, we're talking like several kinds of tomatoes, several times of cucumbers, uh, some sweet potatoes, some green beans, cabbage, um, lettuce. I don't know what else she's got going on. Strawberries, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, now my son in law is the forager. He knows a lot of the plants. Between him and my best friend, I think they can identify every edible plant that exists, which is very cool. Yeah, I'm not trying to be out there weeding the garden. If I have to, I will. But again, I think that's my daughter's domain. She's really good at gardening, and more to the point, she enjoys it. So I would leave the gardening to her, and then I know how to can. I do a lot of canning, and well, I used to do a lot of canning. I haven't done canning in years, but I'm getting back into it this year because, like I said, with the garden she's putting in, we're going to have to do something with all the produce. But then I can do all the like indoor stuff, like clothes and towels and stuff that you need for to function inside the house. So, but yeah, that's where I am right now. I just like I just want to be as self sufficient as possible in the event, or capable of being self sufficient in the event that well, it becomes necessary. I just hope it never becomes necessary. I hope it always stays just a purely voluntary thing to do. But just in case, I'll be ready. It doesn't help that. Well, it doesn't hurt. I'm sitting up here living in West Virginia where, like, we do this stuff for fun. Uh, hmm. You love going back to trading for stuff. I know, right? Oh, welcome back, Thea. Yeah, I'd like to go back to the old trading days too, where you traded like your craft and your skill for items you needed. I think we were better off as a society that way because we had to work together. Now it's like everybody's threatened by everybody. It's kind of crazy and sad. Finish this stitch real quick. How have you been? Hanging in there. Yeah, it's been a weird couple of months. That's why I haven't been going live because it's just I've had so many things going on and craziness. Finding time and the energy to go live has been tough. Yes, it's embroidery floss, and I'm making little granny squares. Look in the screen. There we go. Little granny squares. What they shall be, I'm not sure. I'm probably going to. go to my default, which is pretty much a wallet, a bag, something like that. You still do it at powwows on trade night. That's cool. Yeah, I think we were just like I said, we were better off when we were doing living life that way because we were dependent on each other. You're less likely to fight with somebody over something trivial like the color of their skin or their gender when they have something you need and you have something they need. Stuff like that becomes kind of silly, you know. So yeah, we could go back to that. That'd be cool. I think we'd be better off as a society in general. Via saying that's fair enough. We had some crazy stuff here too. Nearly lost my partner in January, early February. He's on the mend now though. Oh my goodness, what happened? You never thought you'd see me using this kind of stuff. Well, I'm technically embroidery thread was one of the first things I learned to crochet with. Um, it's like the exception to the rule of thin thread for me because I don't know. I've just always enjoyed crocheting with it. So it's the exception to the rule, I guess. Which makes no sense, I know, but this is me we're talking about, so trying to make sense of most of the things I do is just a futile attempt. And it's just going to like result in a headache, so don't even try. I don't understand why I do most of the things I do most of the time. But yeah, it's always been one of the things I loved crocheting with. Mainly because it's really good practice for tension. Because you have got to get your tension right for this, otherwise, this is going to look wonky and weird. So, yeah, it does, Kate. I agree. Um, when, like I said, when somebody else has something you need and you have something they need, it just makes sense to like set all that other trivial stuff aside and do business because why not? It really, I mean, at that point, a lot of stuff doesn't matter. You just need what you need, and they have it, and they're willing to trade you for something that you have. You know, just do it. See, it says he's been bedbound for 5 years or so now. Horrible leg ulcer and lymphedema. Oh man, his kidneys decided to lose function, and his heart decided to spaz out too at the same time. Different meds now. Oh, good grief. And he's improving. Some of the meds he was on to begin with were not good for the lymphedema, and now he's off of them, and that's improving too. That's good. Yeah, the lipodemia. I have a friend that has it, and it's just been tragic to watch how things are working out for her. But I'm glad he is improving. It's rough when your partner has issues, and all you can do is just stand by and watch and hope medical professionals know what they're doing and speak up when you feel you have to. La, 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 la. Yeah, it's a lot to go through for both him and her, like you said. And like I said, it's really hard to just sit back and watch and know there's nothing you can do. That's horrible. I love when this child lags. I know that's what it's doing. There's just going to be a wall of text to come up here in a minute. Everybody's talking at once. No, 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 no. Into the stitch. There we go. Number 2. Time to add color 3. Thea, stop. It happens, okay? Yes, you were here to witness it. I'm using thinner yarn. I'm doing it on the live so people could go back and watch it and be amazed. No, I have not made socks yet. It's still on my list, my to-do list, and I still have Marquita's yarn earmarked for it. I just haven't made them yet. Nor have I mastered knitting yet. But I don't think I'm ever going to master knitting. I think I might get to proficient at one point, but I think that's about as far as I'm ever going to get. I'm never going to be an expert knitter. Okay, let's work on another pair of earrings. Surprised not a pair of socks, but I know you're getting stuff ready for your season. So earrings make sense. You haven't done anything since you learned to crochet? Cool. Turn, slip stitch. Get back here. Crochet is more fun. I haven't knitted anything since I learned to crochet. And I have been making granny hexacardies. Why am I not shocked? How many have you made? 22? 30? And you're crocheting flowers. Cool. Knitting doesn't like me, but I love to watch people knit. Yeah, same. Knitting's like, I understand the concept and what you're supposed to do, but getting the hooks to do it has just been almost impossible. It's like it's laughing at me. It's mocking me. It's like, oh, you want to learn how to do this craft, huh? How bad do you want to learn how to do this craft? Asking for a friend. So that's why I say I will one day be proficient at it, but I'm never going to be great. I'm never going to be an expert level. That's not going to happen. Not in knitting anyway. Let's see. Me either. It's saying me either. I can pass, but that's it. I do have 4 pairs of socks on the go now, but I have commitments. You make socks like that, and you just like, that's what you think your abilities are? Gotcha. I've only two made about 50 flowers, though. Cool. They are my first 2 cardies, adult sizes, and I'm in love. Cool. I learned to knit first, so said Kate. Only 4. Yeah. Only 4. She's slacking. And the fact that you've only made 2 cardies, Thea, did you just start them last week? Is that why you've only made 2 so far? Mm. What last bit about you only making 2 cardies, or about Kate and her socks? Oh wait, you were the last person to say something about Kate's socks. So you didn't miss anything. No, I'm just shocked. I'm not shocked, Thea, that you jumped on the hexicardias, because it just seems like something that you would want to do. Hmm. Hopefully, I'll have enough of these granny squares. Kids were yapping at you. Yeah, you made a scrap yarn one, and every time I wear it out, all the old ducks stop and ask if I made it. Cool. The other is made with purple, blue, and black. Your 3 go-to colors. I seem to remember somewhere in the back of my head that somebody has a love shrug in those colors. Mosaic hexacardies look very nice too. What mosaic stitch though? So curiosity. At my age. I was wondering how long it would take for the that pattern to branch out to different stitches. Seems like everything seems to start with a granny stitch and then gets modified into something else, which I don't mind. I'm pretty much here for it. I just find it interesting. You only have 22 pairs of socks in your drawer. I'm trying to think. I've owned 22 pairs of socks in my life, and definitely not handmade. Which I know. Everybody says that that's a game changer, and for people who don't like socks, handmade socks are a completely different ball game, and they'll make me change my mind. Which is why I've said that I wanted to try and make a pair just to see if that was true. Look under creative grandma's mosaic granny, but just turn it into hexy. Oh, okay. I have seen creative grandma's mosaic granny. It's cool. It makes sense. It's funny too that you never forget granny squares. Nope. I was gonna think that so many of us, that's how we learn to crochet. You know, how many of us, the very first thing that they actually learned to do after they learned chaining and single crochet and double crochet was a granny square. That's like where everybody starts. Oh man, my eyes itching. Cheers, Ivy. I will write that down so I don't forget. Our winter is coming, and I want a few things for myself this year. I keep forgetting you guys. Your opposite hemisphere. So yeah, you're going up on winter. It's the Stitch of the Week number 91 Mosaic Granny Square crochet tutorial. Cool. And yeah, thanks for confirming, Kate. That I think most of us, the very first thing we learned to make was a granny square. Although ironically enough, I never really got the hang of making a granny square until about, okay, it's been a while now. I'd say maybe 10 years ago. I finally figured out how to do a granny square because I just didn't understand it up till then, which is why I love YouTube so much, because a lot of stuff that I tried to do and I couldn't figure out how to do it, I found YouTube videos about it and magically could do it after that because I could actually watch somebody else do it. But hi, Catherine. Yes, I'm live. I'm just chilling. I was bored. Figured I'd go live, see who was on. well, not bored. I'm up working on something and figured I'd work on it and see if there's anybody out there that wanted to like hang out with me while I was doing it. So what's up? Okay. There's my last square. Well, the mate to my other square anyway. Somehow I don't think I'm gonna luck out. This is my last square. I feel like I'm gonna have to make some more. Oh, why won't my eyes stop itching? So, alrighty, okay. So everybody has a mate now. Yes? Everybody have a mate? Everybody happy? Okay. Now, I need to figure out if I have enough to start putting these together after I need to make more. Oh, good grief. Let me hold up the hook. To 1.5 millimeter because I'm making little granny squares. Because I think I showed these to you already in chat, but I don't know. I need to see if I have enough. Night, Catherine. Nice you to stop by for a second or so. I should start going live again soon. I'm hoping, anyway. Yes, Catherine, I know. I'm shocking everybody right now. Yeah. But an old dog can like learn new tricks. So, yeah. Okay. How am I doing this? Yes, go get some sleep. Take care. We'll talk soon. Okay, yeah, these are not all going to be the same. I'm not going to try to do that. I'll be here all night. Trying to make them all match up. And why were my eyes itching? Allergies. Ugh. Love spring, hate allergies. It is 2:16 a.m. here. And I'm in the Eastern time zone. Let's see. Bing. Do-do. Do-do. I'm just trying to randomly put these together. Here, 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 here. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Okay, you come here. There we go. I'm always up late though. It's nothing for me. I am a night owl through and through. So for me to be awake at 2 in the morning is no biggie. Okay. Well, okay, so I have enough squares that the front and the back panels could be roughly 4 by 8. Well, folks, I really enjoyed this, but I have to get some sleep. See you all soon. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Kate. Go get some sleep, sleep dreams, sweet dreams, and I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I'm not convinced you were sleep crocheting when you wake in the morning. The 1.5 millimeter hook won't even exist. Ha ha ha. Very funny. I have you know that I have other witnesses that have seen me work with that hook. So, uh, Crochet Beastie crack me up. Okay, so I have enough to make a wallet. So do I want to make more and get to the purse size, or do I want to just make a wallet? Can't decide. Of course, looking at my embroidery yarn stash, I should probably um, do this wallet because I don't have a whole lot of colors left, and I really don't. The next package I buy, I'm going to dedicate to another project. So, I have another project in mind. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go the wallet route. So, which means I need to sit here and weave in all these ends. Or, since I'm lining it anyway, maybe I don't have to weave in those ends. I could probably get a way of tying them together and then just sewing them together and lining them. Yes, I'm sure you're literally talking to myself trying to figure out how to do this. But you guys should be used to that by now. Yeah, watch me talk to myself all the time. Stop laughing at me, Thea. Glad you find me funny. Uh, but yeah, I really do think I'm just gonna like tie these ends together and then line it, and then you won't be able to see them, and they'll be relatively secure because they'll be attached to a liner. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to watch this live and go, "She's tying her ends together. She's not weaving them in." Nope, I'm being a rebel. I am rebelling against society and tying in my ends instead of weaving them. But it's my project for me. If I was doing it for somebody else, I would suck it up. Tie, glue, dab, and snip. Yep. Yep, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I got the glue right here. I always have scissors. So I'm going to tie these together. Dab a little bit of glue on the knot. Snip the ends. Keep it pushing because life is too short to be spending all my time weaving in ends. I'd rather have a root canal with a rusty spoon. I'd rather do single crochet. That's how much I dislike weaving in ends. Okay. Oh, come on. One more tie in on this one. Okay. Grab my glue. Just right here. Yeah, the only time I do single crochet is when I'm doing amigurumi. You're not going to catch me doing any other project with single crochet. My dislike for crochet. Ugh. I get that it's necessary for certain things, like, for example, amigurumi. But past that, no, I'm not doing it. You can't make me. Or, okay, borders. I will do single crochet as a base for a border. My glue is clogged. I need a pen to unclog it. But to sit down and do a project deliberately in single crochet that's not amigurumi, no, can't make me. I will literally run screaming. Abe, my name is Mocha. Uh, exactly. Why single crochet in 10 rows when you can half double crochet in 5? And that's exactly my argument. Why? And of course, y'all know that half double crochet is my jam. That is my favorite stitch. All time. Always will be. At that stepping so back, I barely even see to get pinned down in the glue. Okay. Now let's see if it's working. There we go. I won't say I touched that. I just brought it up and you agreed with it. But hey, I'll take the credit. No problem. Alrighty. Let that glue sit for a minute. Move on to the next one. Put this to the side. Oh, stop. You're already you already speed demon and crochet faster than I do. Box stitch, box stitch. I don't know. Does that go by another name, or how do you do it? So, Sophia, you had anything else going on with you? I mean, what you're going through with your partner is bad enough, but anything else going on? I mean, it feels like it's been like ages since I talked to you. So I'm totally out of the loop with everybody. I'm a bad journey friend. One row chain, 3 stitches, and 3 double crochet and chains. One row chain through. Okay. And you just go back and forth between those 2 stitches? Or there's, yeah. So it's a 2-row repeat. Me either, I don't think. Oh wait, I have. Okay. It's kind of like modified granny. If I'm picturing it right. Cuz that's kind of how you do a modified granny. I can't tie knots. I am struggling with tying these knots. It's almost like the universe is saying, because you shouldn't tie knots, Mocha. You should go ahead and weave in your ends like a good crocheter. But I don't want to be a good crocheter. I don't want to weave in my ends. You can't make me. I will make these knots work. Yeah, I bet it does. I've made several modified granny squares. Actually, I made another thing about it. I made a modified granny blanket, a baby blanket. So there's that. My eldest turned 18, and now I'm old. The kids are still growing, and my yarn stash is out of control. Other than that, it's been more or less the same stuff, different day here. Helping my partner and being nurse took it out of me for a while, but he's coming good and not as needy. Well, that's good. That sounded horrible, but you know what I mean. Not as many jobs as need that. I get you. I understand. You're being pulled in a million different directions, and now there's not as many directions you're being pulled in, and you're relieved for it by that. And nobody can blame you for being relieved for that. I get it. Oh, I guarantee she was the greatest nurse ever. No, there is nothing wrong with being grateful that you are no longer as needed as you used to be. Now, granted, it could be bittersweet at times. Like when my parents died, I had all this free time because I had spent so much time like helping my daughter take care of them and getting them to places and shopping for them and sometimes cooking for them and all that. When they passed, I really didn't know what to do with myself for the longest time because, I spent so much time dedicated to doing all that. And then I had all this free time and I didn't know what to do with myself. And of course, I'm missing my parents like crazy because, as you guys know, they died like within 2 months of each other. And, I went from making sure two people needed to be here and there. And then when my mom went into the care facility, getting my dad out there every day and taking care of things at the house and all this stuff, that when they were gone, not only was I missing them, I had all this extra free time to miss them. But, and this may sound mean to admit, but it is what it is. Um, at one point, probably sooner than most people might think was right, I enjoyed the fact that I had my time back. It didn't mean I missed them any less. It just meant that I had more time for me. So I completely get what you're saying. You were the only one he couldn't boss around, even at the hospital, and I had to step in and take over. Told him to quit acting like a child. The poor doctor and nurse didn't know what to say. I can see you doing that too. I even had to research some of his meds. I swear they were trying to kill him off yeah. That's because you'll have like 3 or 4 doctors all like involved in the case, but they're not really checking in with each other. So they're prescribing stuff that one a doctor A prescribed something, and a doctor B prescribed something that really shouldn't go with what Doctor A prescribed. But since they're not talking to each other, they don't realize and it's a whole mess. And normally it takes a nurse or somebody that studies the meds to step back and go, yeah, this doesn't work. That's why it pays to always have an advocate for you. Thanks, Ivy. It'll be 5 years. It's 5 years this year. Um, and 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. It was rough. It certainly is a big thing, emotional and physically. Yeah, I mean, being a caregiver for somebody is no joke, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and a lot out of you. To be honest, um, I don't. I mean, I'm glad I was able to do what I did. My daughter did way more than I did, though. I mean, she was their literal physical caretakers. Um, I I had her kid, so I was chasing around a toddler. She was chasing around a couple of octogenarians. I just drove them places, make sure they got to their doctor's appointments and their prescriptions remained filled, and did their grocery shopping. You know, that kind of stuff. She did a lot of the hands-on stuff. Yeah, they changed hubby's high blood pressure. Told him he may have to adjust it after a week taking it. His blood pressure was like 189 to 190 over. Uh, wow. That's what it was after they switched it. Uh, sounds like that was a bad idea. But you know what? As somebody who I'm uh blood pressure med resistant, every or well, not resist. Well, I guess that is does count as resistant. Every blood pressure medication I've been on, um, I I I swell up to like twice my size, and it doesn't matter how many diuretics or how strong they are. it doesn't touch the edema. So, I'm still trying to figure out what blood pressure med I can take, and just trying to control it through my diet because when you're that swollen, you can't move. And I mean, my skin was cracked. It was horrible, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I if I have to choose between basically being immobile with cracks in my feet and my legs, or just keeling over one day from a heart attack, I'd rather take my risk with the heart attack. To be honest, because that was no way to live, and I was miserable. I'm not saying that that's how your husband's going to work out. I'm just saying that's how me and high blood pressure meds are not getting along. Well, I hope they adjust them soon because I don't understand how that was helpful. I don't understand medical professionals sometimes. I really don't. Did you know that the fluid tablets don't work on the lymph system? They only take the excess fluid off your blood system. That would make sense. He's like, I'm gonna get a doctor just so you'll stop yelling at me. Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. I haven't really been on here for that long. Good lord. Oh, I hope that they come up with a solution so that his blood pressure comes down. Because wow, that's high. Okay. Hmm. Oh yeah, here's hoping. Why are men so stubborn? I don't understand. My late husband was like that, just stubborn. Doctor told him to do something, he would deliberately do the opposite, just because he could. And even I couldn't get. Sometimes even I couldn't get him to cooperate. And for the most part, I was the only person that he would listen to, and he didn't listen to me most of the time. Well, not most of the time, a lot of the time. Every once in a while, he'd listen to me, but for the most part, he would dig his heels in because it wasn't something he wanted to do for whatever reason. He'd come up with the weirdest reasons not to do things, but mainly he just said because I don't want to. Which what do you say to that? There's really no arguing that. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. There is no good argument for that. I guess I could have busted out, do it because I said so, but you know, not totally sure that would have worked on a 50-year-old man. Well, he wasn't even 50. A 40-year-old man. But why are they? Why are they so stubborn? Why do they make it a career to be contrary? I don't understand. It's like it's their hobby. It's like they get paid to do it, paid under the table, so you don't get to see the money or something. Yeah, I'm rambling. I'm also fighting with tying these knots. It seemed like a good idea. This whole project seemed like a good idea at one point. No, not so much. Okay, there. Thinks he's a quiet man, but he can hear his moans. Uh, okay. Little dab will do ya, bro. Come on now. All right. See ya. It was good to talk to you. I'm gonna go too because I'm getting tired and I should probably go torture stuff before I go to bed. So I'm gonna try to go live a little bit more often now. Things are settling down a bit, so I might be able to do it. I post a picture of my wallet. Okay, I will. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. So this was fun. I'm glad I did it. It's been too long since I've been live. So I'm gonna get out of here. Take care of yourself, Ivy. I'm sure I'll see you around. Like I said, I'm gonna try to go live more often because I really like going live. Just finding time to fit it into my crazy schedule. So I will talk to y'all hopefully sooner than later. So bye.